Hey guys, it's Danny. Today I'm going to show you how I deadhead all of my roses, and I have quite a few roses. Now this is a task that was a little bit daunting for me when I heard that you do kind of really have to deadhead roses regularly if you want to get blooms. I kind of just figured out I'll find a way to do it fast, and I did. So I'm going to show you how I deadhead all of my roses very, very fast. This is the lazy gardener's approach. I'm going to show you first, and then we're going to talk some thoughts after. There are things I do want to add. So here we go. First off, we need a basket to put all of the flowers in, and I really enjoy these that have a handle because I can put it on my elbow, kind of like this, or on my wrist, and it's really just comfortable to use. Then I'm gonna put on some gloves, not a mandatory step, but I have horrible skin, so I have to. And we are ready to go. I'm choosing the blooms that are very clearly spent. Also blooms that it's pretty sure they're not gonna look so good. My roses don't look tremendously good because it's really hot. It's full summer here. We have between 37 and 40 degrees Celsius, so we're gonna cut them some slack. But I'm just gonna go ahead and remove all of these flowers. When I do this, I remove the seed head, I don't know if that's how you call it, so not just the petals but also the base of each flower. Let me see. Okay, I can give you a close-up on this one. So I remove the green part as well where the stem is connected. It does have a scientific name, but I don't know it right now. So when you deadhead, you don't want to leave this on. This is what will form seeds, and if roses form seeds, they will not be prompted to produce more blooms. So let's go ahead and clear this guy up really quickly. I have two more. Hopefully I'm not in the way. And there we go. Amor de Molen is all cleared up. Now when you do this, inspect a little bit the flowers so that they don't have little praying mantises or bees or anything. If they have something, you know, just move you really fast. Wait for them to leave, or you can move them. I have a trillion praying mantises in my garden because I had some mature ones that made babies. I'm sorry, I cannot focus. Let's see. There we go. So I have a million of them and I love them. They keep my plants pest-free and they're just so cute. They are my children. Righty, there you go. Just putting her on a different plant. If some of these petals end up on the floor, it's absolutely fine. On the floor, on the ground, they do actually fertilize the soil. Here's another praying mantis. I really hope I'm still in frame. Let's try not to disturb the little mantis. But anyway, you get the gist. I go ahead and do this to all of my roses. And I do this in the morning before the sun actually reaches this area and when it's cool, because it gets really hot in the daytime. And it's really therapeutic in a way. I feel like I'm interacting with the roses in a way. I don't know why, but I really like doing this. Righty, so now let's discuss some thoughts and questions you might have. Now, first off, obviously, the benefit of doing this is just to save some time. If I were to go ahead and get my pair of pruners and start to cut everything, it will take me a lot longer, to be fully honest, particularly because I have to sanitize my pruners in between roses. Just like with orchids, if you're coming from the orchid channel, roses can actually have some disease and even viruses as well. And the easiest way to transmit a virus is through direct sap contact. And of course, shears, pruners, scissors, whatever, they do cut directly into the stems that contain sap, so you can actually transfer viruses and disease. So it's really important if you're gonna deadhead roses or cut roses in any way to sanitize your pruners with alcohol or, you know, other measures if you want, but alcohol is sufficient in between roses. Some people go further than that and actually sanitize their cutting tools between each individual cut. I'm not gonna go ahead and do that ever because it's just not the life I want to live. But it is really important, and I have like 12 years of orchid experience to tell you it's really, really important to actually sanitize pruners and shears and cutting tools between plants. So because we're pinching them, we don't have to do that, and that saves up on a lot of time, not to mention, you know, product. If I remove only like the heads, won't that limit in a way the future flower production? Because we've all heard we must cut roses down to a 7-leaf node. Sorry, that is a 5-leaflet leaf node. I'll refer to it as 7-leaf node further on, so just know that is wrong. It's a 5-leaflet leaf node. something like that. Well, I'm here to tell you I don't see any bad effect or issues with my reblooming roses, if I call them orchids, sorry. So I don't see any issues or not enough flowers just by doing this. At some point, yes, I was cutting them, but I decided it's not the life I want to live, and if I'm gonna have less blooms, so be it. But I actually do not have less blooms. I don't see it. All of the roses you've seen, and I'm gonna show you a few more examples, have all been pinched like this, and I get tremendous amounts of flowers. There might be some exceptions with some roses, maybe the hybrid teas that only create one flower at the top, but I have a few of those as well, and I cannot say I have a decrease in number of flowers. I don't have enough experience with that, so I'm not gonna tell you this is the truth. You can leave me a comment and tell me your opinions as well, but personally, especially with the floribundas and all of these roses that I have, I don't really see any issues or decrease in future flower production if I only remove the heads, as it were, and I leave this be. Actually, let me show you what happens when a rose reblooms after I do this treatment. So here is Septardial from David Austin. We shall excuse the discolorations and very tiny leaves. Again, it's very, very hot in my area, 100 degrees Fahrenheit on a daily. It's gonna continue all the way to October. Anyway, so this is not the issue here. It's normal. I'm surprised they're even blooming, especially David Austin's, which are not very heat tolerant. But anyway, here is where I removed the previous flowers. We can see these stems. What they will do is just dry, and they're just gonna fall on their own, and they're going to act as some sort of compost in my soil. I don't bother throwing these away. If they're gonna fall on the soil, so be it. So what this rose did was it started a new branch a little bit further below from a node with 7 leaves. Again, 5 leaflet leaf node. I don't know why I'm set on 7, excuse me. My brain is set on 7. And the branch has a number of buds on top as well. So in this case, the rose kind of decided what it wanted to do, and it did the right thing on its own, and all of the rose bush is kind of in the same situation. And this is not the only rose that does this. The Queen of Sweden does the very same thing. We can see there I deadheaded quite a number of flowers, and it's already producing a shoot, and again this cluster of shoots as well. You can see the remaining stems here, and it just continued to produce shoots further down, as many as she wanted from whatever node she wanted, and they are producing quite a number of flowers. You can see there as well. I mean, I don't know what to say, but I don't personally think, sorry, let me adjust the exposure. I don't think there is an issue with deadheading in this way. At least for me, it's not. Now, what I intend to do at the end of summer is cut a little bit the roses by maybe 1/3 or so, because I do have some crispiness here and there. So this is Madame Anisette. I have some crispiness there. Don't know why, it's just there. So after a very long and hot summer, yeah, the roses in my garden will not look pretty at all, but that's okay. So when I do that trim of about, let's say 1/3 of the bush, I will definitely cut away all of these stems. So the bush itself will be regenerated, if you will, to produce more blooms from the correct nodes, as the literature suggests, from a 7-leaf node. Obviously, I don't even bother with cutting the rose at an outside node. That will be done mainly in January when I'm gonna shape the roses. Mind you, this is the first year of my roses in the garden. They've been planted just several months ago. So shaping and everything, you know, I have no saying right now. I just let them be. I didn't trim anything. But in January, maybe I'm gonna shape them a little bit. So anyway, a bigger trim will come probably in September for me, but until then, deadheading in this way, you know, works out just great for me. And if you are the type of person that really dreads this process and has put off acquiring some roses because of this process, you know, give this a go. I mean, it works. Apart from looking very horrible due to the sun, my roses look very nice and they're very floriferous. This guy or girl, Alexandra of Kent, she is blooming continuously. All her blooms burn in the sun, but it's okay. She's putting out bloom after bloom. So yeah, don't be afraid of the deadheading situation. I've seen many people say they spend like I don't know how many hours a week with the deadheading, which, you know, if you want a prolific rose, a blooming rose, you do need to deadhead. Sadly, that's how they work. But I think we can cheat like this. So try it. Let me know how you deadhead your orchids, your roses. And I hope this video was inspiring. If you're at the beginning of your journey with roses, such as me, you know, I'm here to find cheat codes. Just like with orchids, you guys, I'm here to find the easiest way to have an amazing garden without all of the fuss, all of the muss, all of the you can't do this because, you know, that's not what the literature says. I'm up for that because I don't know. Anyway, so this is how I deadhead my roses. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and it inspired you. It put your mind at ease that you don't have to spend hours a week cutting up your roses. And yeah, there we go. Let me know how your roses behave, how you deadhead, and all your thoughts if you're more experienced than me. And with that said, thank you for joining. I'll see you all next time. Bye.